Oh shit, I'm stupid. Yeah, you are on the fruity SMP.
Yeah, I was like, did you not see it when, uh, like on my freaking profile, like it says like mutual, like mutual friends and mutual servers, shit like that.
Uh, I didn't pay attention. I don't really pay attention to that for some dumb reason.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Don't down a phone about it and everything. Listen close. And
Let's see, which one was? I think it was this one. Yeah, it was that one. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm the Velvet Sparrow, and I am joined once again by my buddy Heart Hero.
what is good, everybody?
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Read Katawa Shoujo. In the last episode, we got to smooch.
We got some smooching in the summer when my heart beats down.
All right.
We fell in love as the leaves turn brown. Yeah.
I'm drunk
Cause
as
we
fuck.
can be together, baby. Long as skies are blue. I'm not gonna sing anymore because I don't want you getting fucking copyrighted.
You're not gonna get copyrighted. It's just you singing a song to yourself.
You don't know how YouTube works. They be big old bitches.
I had trouble getting to sleep last night, so the next morning finds me exceptionally groggy. I briefly consider skipping class, but remind myself that I was supposed to be a stronger person now. I get up like a good boy and put on my uniform, then make my way to the main school building without eating breakfast. I sit in my seat in classroom 3-3 and waving a greeting Misha and Shizune like I do every morning and let the day wash over me. The afternoon classes are always longer than those in the morning. This is true regardless of whether I count it by the minute or the number of doodles drawn in my notebooks. Today I'm especially distracted as I keep thinking about Rin. Did I manage to properly tell her that I want to get better? Did she understand a word of what I was saying?
Probably not. She was high.
I think about the kiss we shared and what it means. She was so out of her mind, and maybe it means nothing. But we've been getting closer lately. What does that mean? I think about Ren more and more nowadays. I wonder if she thinks about me. The ringing of bells makes me flinch, but then I realize I haven't been paying attention to the latter half of the class at all. I look at the assortment of sketches traveling up and down the margins of my notebook, the only thing I've done in the last hour. Feeling vaguely disappointed in myself, I pack up and get to the hallway. Rin is standing outside the door, her presence stopping me in my tracks as soon as I spot her. Her posture is relaxed as always, but I suddenly feel like I just ate a crowbar. I'm having a hard time meeting her gaze. She doesn't...
Hisao got a crush.
He doesn't... She said she doesn't seem to have any trouble looking at me. But those dark eyes are making me feel flustered for no reason. It's hard to look straight at her, so I turn my face away a little. I don't know what one should say in this kind of situation. Then again, I really know what Ren has to say, what to say to Ren in any given situation. Hi?
Hello.
I try to get rid of the awkwardness of my voice and invoke a more natural way of speaking. I suddenly worry about where I should put my hands. Feels like they're in the way somehow. How are you feeling? You were pretty out of it yesterday.
I'm okay. What do you mean yesterday?
You don't remember? She tilts her head to the side like a bird, looking somewhat confused.
Remember what? I have pretty bad memory.
About yesterday.
What about yesterday?
I came to see you and...
I don't remember that kind of thing happening.
Oh,
she
no.
does remember. She does remember.
What do you mean she just said she doesn't?
Yeah, she does remember that kind of thing happening. But we never mentioned what happened.
She really doesn't remember. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel disheartened all the same.
I remember that I promised to show you one place, though. Did that happen for real? Maybe I just think that I remember that. And I really don't.
No, that was real too.
Okay. Do you want to go?
Now?
Yeah,
Well, sure, why not? Is it far?
it's not. Do you really, 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 really want to? Do you really, 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 really want to? Do you really, 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 really want to? I'm a psycho Teddy. That song's been going around YouTube Shorts recently, and I'm happy other people remember it. Thought I just saw that on TV randomly.
Psycho Teddy.
Yeah, it was made by this company called Jamster. They used to make ringtones, or at least they'd steal songs and they make commercials and, hey, you can have this as your ringtone. Just text this number and add it to your fucking phone bill.
I'll listen to it later. Together we walk downstairs and then outside. The usual summer day, whirring cicadas and all greet us. It's immensely hot, and without air conditioning the classrooms offer, I start sweating immediately. We start along the tree-lined pathway that leads towards the dorms. Cherry trees offer shade, with the sunlight blinking through the holes in the canopy. The light creates a chaotic pattern of shadows dappled with bright places where the beams hit the pavement. Rin's eyes are wandering in every direction but mine. I get the feeling that it's intentional. She leads me to the back gate once again, taking us through it and into the forest beyond. As before, the dropping temperature and the drastically reduced levels of light make it feel like the forest is swallowing us into its cavernous belly. We head uphill along the same path as last time, snaking around trees and boulders, over roots and rocks, west past wild undergrowth. Birds sing somewhere in the woods, soloists for the humming background music of the treetops. We go past a small clearing with a big maple that is now called the worry tree. The climb steepens, then it becomes easier again. I have to stop a few times to catch my breath and then hurry after Rin, who doesn't stop to wait for me. Soon I'm out of breath again. Suddenly the trees end and we emerge from the forest. The boundary of the woods is sharp and abrupt, as though a line had been drawn to mark it. The hill continues to climb up a little further ahead, but from here to the top it's a rocky meadow, patches of grass and small bushes that look like they are growing straight from the rock. We soon reach the highest points, with the forest behind us and the view to every direction opening in front of our eyes. The city lies below and away, far below and away, lazily reveling into the quiet afternoon mood. Fuck, I can't read. You can see pretty far from here, and the vista is beautiful. I wonder how high up we are. I breathe the fresh air and feel my heart rate slowly going back down. I think I might have overdone it a bit. A higher pulse is dangerous for me. I'm feeling fine right now, though. The wind picks up, ruffling my hair and causing the trees below us to sway. It makes the grass undulate in waves as the breeze sweeps across the hilltop. Sun shines from the open skies upon us. A few clouds passing by to shadow it. What was painful heat before is now gentle warmth. I take a good look around. The hilltop is pretty in the way nature often is. Unplanned harmony found in the natural arrangement of things. Most striking feature is the abundance of small yellow flowers. They're literally everywhere in this small meadow. I can't help commenting on it. Wow, a lot of flowers.
Yeah. Do you know this kind? They will fly away.
Yeah, dandelions.
There are not many of them at the school because they cut the grass so often. Nobody cuts grass here.
The fragile-looking flowers soon turn white and fluffy like cotton, and the wind will carry their seeds away. I crouch down and look at the one tiny yellow flower, silently basking in the sunlight. There's not a hint of white on it yet, so it's still waiting for its time to be fulfilled. I brush my fingers against the delicate yellow petals, feel the soft texture in my fingertips. It feels nostalgic somehow. I hear Rin approaching from behind and stand back up to face her. She has a weird look on her face. Something on your mind?
I don't know, it's just... It looks so sad all the time, and become upset easy. And it makes me confused. And I really don't remember much about yesterday, except that you came to my room, and that's why it might be because of me. So, if it is because of me, I think that I know why. It's because people don't really like talking to me, and you might be the same. And that would be sad. I know that people, and I'm talking about others and Emmy too, always say that I'm strange, and that I talk strange. Things. Okay, there's very little punctuation in this entire fucking paragraph.
Yeah, because
okay,
she's supposed to be talking really fast.
Oh, okay, let me try this again. You just look so sad all the time and become upset so easily, and it makes me confused, and I really don't remember much about yesterday except that you came to my room and that's why it might be because of me. So if it's because of me, I think that I know why. It's because people don't really like talking to me, and you might be the same, and that would be sad. I know that people, and I'm talking about others than Emmy too, always say that I'm strange and that I talk strange things, so I thought I'd try not to say strange things, but that just makes me think more and new and strange and colorful. That was not a good word, but maybe you understand anyway. Odd things. So if I want to say something, I don't really know how, and then the words are not the same as the thoughts because something goes wrong in the way out. And it's like, it's not like the thoughts are really the thing I should be saying. It's more like the idea of thoughts or feelings of the ideas or the idea of feeling, but it's not really any of those either because there's no word for it unless I invent a new one, which is not really useful. So I've been thinking about doing things is better than saying. So maybe because yesterday I took those pills and I was feeling a little strange, I might have done something that I shouldn't. Besides, I don't even know if it would be any better if I just could say the thought. Oh boy, there is no telepathy that's real telepathy, isn't there? I think I'd be terrible and useful at the same time, but right now I wouldn't mind because misunderstanding is so easy, but understanding is not, and I thought,
I grasp her shoulders and squeeze hard to make her stop. I don't have the capacity to take all that in at once.
I sure as shit didn't.
Rin shuts up instantly. Take a breath. I'm not upset. Why would I be? I'm just a little confused, but it's all right. I wonder if I was making a face she didn't like again. And I guess I've been thinking about yesterday all the time. Maybe I looked weird. I wish I had a mirror with me at all times. No need to get it all said at once. I'll listen, even if you talk slower.
It just came out. Sorry. I'm okay now. I just wanted to say something. I didn't mean that much. It's weird, isn't it?
She looks at me with a surprisingly timid expression. One that I haven't seen before. I can't help but laugh a little. Yeah, that's weird. You are a pretty weird person, but there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks for being worried about me, but I'm going to get better. I told you that yesterday, but I guess you don't remember that either.
I don't. I wonder what else I forgot. Hopefully nothing important like my own name. That'd be terrible.
Well, you kissed me.
I did?
Yeah, you did. On the lips. I tried to sound as matter of fact as I can, but I worry I might be blushing again.
Did you kick me?
No, why would I do that?
Then it's all good, right? It's okay, right? I didn't forget my name.
Yeah, it's okay. I wish I was more suave so that I could come up with a better follow-up to that, but nothing comes to mind. It's a good thing that Ren has more to say. It makes me feel more relieved somehow.
I think I should say sorry. I'm really bad with people. Some things are hard to understand, like jellyfish. Do you understand jellyfish?
I understand that they're immortal somehow, the fucking pricks.
They're ageless. That's the whole thing. They're literally just ageless, and they can regenerate from a fuck ton of damage.
I fucking hate jellyfish only for that.
You're just jealous. You're jelly.
I guess not.
People are like jellyfish to me. I don't understand.
Now it's her turn to make a face I don't really like seeing.
Hmm. I've never really had friends.
What does it want me to say? What does it want me to say?
I've always been a loner, protecting the city at night.
Okay. Choice. Depending on the choice, you get two very short path options.
Do they still end with us with Ren?
No, the bad option's only in Act 3, and we're not there yet. So
Either one of these will still end up with Ren.
no, we're still on the fast track. We're not on the part of fucking up. It just depends. Like, do you want to be literal or do you want to be what's not sentimental? You want to have like cliche romance dialogue.
Let's go with the cliche romance dialogue.
All right, fine. No, I'm your friend for one. I mean, think about it. We already talked a lot to each other. We've even gotten upset at each other and then forgiven the other for it. That's what they call friendship.
Really nice of you to say that. I've always been able to tell everything to pencils and paints and paper. They are my best friends. It's harder with people. I have to use words. That's hard for me.
Yeah, I know. You told me about how you forget.
Then there's this one... Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Then there's this one painting in the hallway that keeps yelling.
Thank God the audio is trying to cut you out every single time you do that.
It's because I scream into my microphone. I think it just keeps peaking.
Yeah, Discord's annoyed with you. Rin nods at me wordlessly, and I dare to attempt showing her a little encouraging smile. I hope I do it properly. She doesn't reply in any way. I feel really glad. The distance Rin puts between herself and everything else has made me really unsure ever since I met her. If we became real friends, I'm sure I could understand her more. I'm sure that this way we can close the gap of understanding between us. My thoughts don't transmit to Ren. She seems lost deep in thought, wandering amidst the sea of yellow flowers and covering the grassy hilltop. It's just as well. Time passes and the breeze making the taller grass sway gently in time with the wind. Ren hums a little song to herself so quietly I can't tell what it is, if it's even anything at all.
I thought I was just gonna hum and you were gonna keep talking because Ren's the one humming in the background.
No, I'm humming I'm humming the I don't know, it's the theme from like one of the Barbie fairy movies.
I haven't seen any of those fucking movies in years.
A stronger gust sweeps over the hilltop, and the sound of the trees in the wind buries the song away. I check my watch, more out of habit than anything else. It's 4:30 right now on the Saturday afternoon. So they have tomorrow off. That's right. So, no rush to go back to the dorm. Ren looks into the distant horizon with that odd blank stare of hers, as if she were looking at nothing at all. Her pupils are dark and quiet, like a pair of deep, still ponds.
You are going to become better, right?
Sure.
Me too. I'm going to talk to that friend of the teacher and ask her to put my stuff in her place, and work hard to get all that done. I decided that just now, but I think I knew it all along. I've had this feeling for a long time now, that I'm gonna change, even if I hate it, and don't want it. Even if I wanted to. I can change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. Like, I am not enough the way I am. I think this could be a good way to do it because it's like a straight line. Like, I've learned all the things in my life so far just for this. It's just art. It's the only thing I really know. I know what I'm gonna do, so it's good. I'm not afraid at all. I feel like I always do. Is that weird?
No, not at all. I close my eyes and give in to the irresistible sensation that's been growing inside me all week long. I float up towards the surface of my own life. The pressure of being underwater slowly diminishes. The weightless sensation becomes stronger. I break the surface of the water, lifting my head into the sunlight and inhale deeply, breathing in fresh air as if for the first time in a long, long while. My lungs fill up with oxygen, and I open my eyes to see Rin's peaceful, determined face. Well, that was a well-timed transition.
Nice.
We walk down the slope carefully and slowly to avoid falling down. Rin in the lead and me a few steps behind. Rin surely can do this. Even if she can't, she's going to pull through. I'm sure that I can keep my head above water too from now on. The sun sets behind our backs, setting the world ablaze with its orange glow. I keep watching the back of the red-headed girl descending the path a few steps behind me. If it's only this much, this distance between us is definitely within my reach. Chapter transition!
Nice.
Act 3. Distance.
Oh boy. It's all in your mind.
Feel the rain on your skin.
That
no
is not
one
what I
else
was
can
singing.
feel it for you.
That is not what I was saying. I was singing the theme song to Animorphs.
Animorphs has a theme song?
Yeah, it was a book series and it got turned into a really cool TV show.
Wait a second. Animorphs had a TV show.
Yeah, and it got fucking canceled. I gotta reread them damn books.
Same.
Anyway, may I ask you a question, Nakai? I asked you a question, Nakai.
I shake my head to fend off the dazedness. The teacher's looking at me, as is everyone in the class. Sorry, wasn't paying attention.
What's the distance between... Never mind. Different question. Are you thinking about titties in my classroom? Why are you here in this class?
To learn about physics?
Yes. Well, no. But that's the answer I wanted to hear. To acquire knowledge is the secondary reason for you being in this school. The primary one is to learn the rules of society, the norms and ethics that govern your everyday life. You don't come to school for the classes. You come to interact with other people there, your classmates, who are your equals, and the teachers who are your superiors. You learn how to form social contacts and maintain them. In other words, how to be a part of society. The school itself is a microcosm of the entire society. Locke was the one who realized that, you know. School is not just a place for learning, and of all kids your age, you guys should know that better than anyone else.
Too bad American schools can't get that through their thick fucking skulls, because apparently talking at lunch is apparently a bad thing.
He pauses for a moment and lets his eyes sweep over the class to see if the message sunk in. At the very least, it shut everyone up and got them to focus on him, captivated either by his voice or the sudden changing topic from physics to the philosophy of education.
However, my classes, as you so aptly put, are a place for learning about physics.
He points at me with the piece of chalk he's holding.
So no sleeping during class. Got it, Nakai?
Yes, sir. From the corner of my eye, I catch Shizune's scowl and Misha's barely contained giggle. I sink deeper into my seat.
Shizune, you can go fuck yourself.
After the classes end, I'm the last one to leave the classroom. I close the door behind me and quickly make my way to the art room. Club time passes in relative peace and quiet. I sit in my usual seat next to Rin, but she doesn't seem to be in the talkative mood. She's even more distant than usual. Today we're going to draw Still Life. A game I need to start playing.
I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to get my hands on it. We're going to play it.
Nice.
Hope you're ready for a murder mystery.
I love murder and mystery.
And get to choose from either a vase full of fake flowers or an arrangement of rocks, sticks, and canvas. The teacher encourages us to gather around the preferred motif, emphasizing perspective, texture, and lighting as as the key points of his exercise. I look at Ren to see if she prefers one of the subjects over the other, but she just tilts her head, signifying nothing. The club members quickly shuffle their chairs around the classroom to get closer to either the vase or the clutter. Ren and I both pick the flower vase, but only one of us seems to do any work. She's ignoring Nomiya's assignment just like she's suddenly started ignoring me, and has begun doodling something idly with her foot, not really even looking at what she's drawing. I try to catch her gaze, but she's looking out the window. It's making me uneasy. Ren almost looks like she's asleep with the way she's leaning back against a chair with her legs resting easily on the desk. She's now completely given up on the drawing. The more I try to relax, ignore her, and just be myself, the more it feels like I should ask if something's wrong. After club activities are over and the others have filed out, Ren gets up from her seat and marches over to Nomiya with unusual determination.
I will do it.
Nomiya, who is humming to himself while sorting a box of pencils but by hardness, turns around with a mixed expression of friendliness and incomprehension on his face.
What will you do, my girl?
The gallery person. I can talk with that person. At least yesterday I thought I could. And today too. I think I want to try it. I'm going to go all the way. 'Cause tonight, take me to the other side.
Yeah, shut up, Jigoro. The wildest smile I've ever seen on any person's face lights up the teacher's features. Yes, he's almost literally beaming.
Oh, wonderful. I had almost lost hope. Such a hard-headed girl you are.
Jesus Christ, don't ever say that about a girl again. Especially a little girl.
But I knew sooner or... Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's just the way he said it, though.
Such a hard-headed girl. Yeah, she is pretty stubborn.
Yeah, but the way he said it, I swear to God.
What do you mean the way he said it? It's text!
I don't know. It's just something about it, man. Something about it don't sit right with me, man. But I knew that sooner or later you'd understand as well. I will call my friend Sayonji and arrange a meeting. You'll need to show her your work so she can estimate it. I've told her about you, but obviously you should talk face to face. This is so exciting, isn't it? Put your tongue back in your goddamn mouth, boy.
Nomiya is talking more to himself than to us and walking in circles around his desk, waving his hands around wildly all the while. He picks up his cell phone from the breast pocket of his jacket and flips it open with a stylish movement, starting to look for the number to call. While he searches, he notices me staring and gives me a beaming thumbs up. I shrug back at him, doing my best to not look smug. Nomiya finds the number and makes the call, turning away from us and lowering his voice once it gets through. Even so, I can hear his excited tone. The call doesn't last long.
I bet he doesn't last long either.
Ah! Fabulous. Sai is at the gallery right now, and she said we could stop by right away, if that's fine. This is most excellent.
Do you have some kind of portfolio to show, Ren? She just shakes her head at the question.
Never fear. I've taken some photos of your paintings. We can bring those and maybe a couple originals with us. Those will be quite sufficient now. There should be some recent ones around here in the back, right?
He pulls out a folder full of photos out of a desk drawer, then charges towards the back where there's a small storage room and extra cabinets for all the materials and tools the art classes and club use. He soon finds what he was looking for and crudely wraps 2 of Ren's paintings in some brown packing paper.
Nakai, would you carry these to my car?
I pick up 2 oil paintings. They aren't heavy, but they do make navigation somewhat cumbersome as I follow Nomiya and Ren to the parking lot. Nomiya has a pretty nice car. Not something I expect a high school teacher to drive. I wonder what kind of salaries they earn at Iwanako. Canvases are stuffed into the trunk, where they just barely fit. At the teacher's over-enthusiastic prompting, I get in the car along with them. Rin answers my questioning stare with a confirming nod and a nonchalant shrug. I guess I've become some sort of assistant for her now. Nomiya doesn't go light on the pedal. The smooth ride takes just about 10 minutes to bring us to the city center, where we pull into a tiny parking lot and get out of the car. I pick up the paintings again, looking around. It's just like any city in Japan, really. Same style of buildings, people are hurrying here and there, office workers sweating in their suits in the summer heat. Wide, tree-lined streets aren't just something you see everywhere, though. Maybe they're the city's specialty. It definitely has that feel of a city, which I thought I'd already forgotten. I feel immediately comfortable walking around. I haven't actually been here before.
No, in that case, it's about time. It's a great city. Lots of wonderful folk around here, and most important of all, a vibrant cultural life. And Sai's place is just around the corner.
22nd corner. After turning around 3 more corners, Nomiya stops in front of a door. There's a nameplate in big red letters over it. 22nd corner.
Is it really the 22nd corner?
Of what?
That's bothering me too. I mean, where to start counting and which way do you count?
Rin gets worked up over the strangest things. Unlike me, Nomiya ignores her completely and pushes the door open. The gallery is very clean looking, and the air conditioning makes it cool and very comfortable. The white walls and big windows facing onto the busy street make the whole place feel airy and bright. There's nobody around whom I can see, however. Most of the furniture space is empty, with only a few large tables and a counter for furniture. There are paintings too, of course. A poster advertises an expedition for an artist I've never heard of. Most of his work seems to be portraits or landscapes done in a more traditional style than Rin's abstraction. Summoned by the bell on the door, a lady who looks like she looked maybe around Nomiya's age comes from around the corner. She's dressed in a sharp suit, her straight dark hair and a perfect ponytail behind her head. A pair of flashy, expensive-looking eyeglasses frame her eyes. On second glance, I'm not sure of her age anymore. She looks old and yet not actually old.
So she looks like a MILF. Sai, hello.
She clearly recognizes the teacher, greeting him warmly. Oh, there you are, Shinichi. And so quickly, I take it these 2 are your students?
Indeed. Let me introduce you. This is Ren Tezuka, and the one I spoke to you about, and the healthy-looking lad over here is Hisao Nakai.
She takes a long, hard look at the both of us, especially Ren. Feels like we're being evaluated. That a worth of some abstract kind is being calculated for us. Her eyes linger for a long time on Ren, on her eyes, her empty sleeves tied in knots, her posture. Sai takes her first impression of Ren and is with an intensity that I've not seen used by anyone else before. Once finished, she smiles amiably.
Kind of disgusted.
Huh?
I say she like the face she made. It looked kind of disgusted.
It's more of a what the fuck am I looking at kind of face. It's not disgust. It's just ugh. Pleased to meet you both.
I've been watching a lot of Inside Out, so.
Pleased to meet you both. My name is Sai Soonji. I'm the owner of this gallery. May I offer you some tea?
Oh no, thank you. We're fine. Let's get down to business.
To defeat the Huns.
I swear, it's like we're very close on these songs, but we still just like we're still singing the entirely different songs.
I lay the paintings on the tabletop to give to the gallery owner a better view, and Nomiya pulls out his folder of photos. The old lady studies Ren's works carefully, absent-mindedly brushing her cheek with her fingers while letting her gaze sweep over the paintings. Her eyes remind me of a bird of prey of some sort. It's so sharp and somehow very calculating. She takes her time, slowly going over the paintings in order without uttering a single word. Even the teacher looks very nervous. He tries to point out certain details and other things about Rin's work, but it seems like she's not listening. While Nomiya and I keep looking at Sai, trying to look for some hint of reaction on the gallery owner's face, Rin lets her gaze wander around the gallery space. Suddenly, she pipes up.
Is this really the 22nd corner?
Sai raises her gaze from the paintings to look at Rin, but doesn't answer. It's probably for the best. She takes stock of Rin's slouchy posture and dreamy eyes that are moving restlessly about. The way Rin seems to be detached from the situation that's supposed to be very important for her annoys me just a little. I'm practically holding my breath here. After Sai has gone through all of Nomiya's photos and inspected the 2 oil paintings I hold here, she goes through all the material again, this time at a quicker pace. Finally, she gives a verdict. I like it.
Oh, that's you. Sorry.
Though, if you don't mind me saying, you're still a bit immature. Searching for your own direction, perhaps? She picks up one of the photos. Still, just look at this. I just can't take my eyes off it, like a kitten playing around. That's what your art makes you feel. That's what your art makes me feel, young lady.
Thank you. I think nobody has ever said that before. I think.
That's all that Rin has to say. Something about what the gallery owner says and how she says it makes it sound patronizing to me, but I hold my tongue.
Anyway, what a wonderful imagination, though, isn't it? I've always said that Tezuka has great eye for composition and color harmony and technique. Remember, all these are done with her feet. Of course, we need to put some of the simpler ones on display too for the lay people. Right, Sai?
The teacher snorts. How do I say that?
Derisively.
Derisively.
You know, those Philistines.
Philistines.
Yeah. You know how those Philistines are. What do they understand about real art? They just be a loss with the abstractions and themes here.
Wow. Nomiya's a fucking dick.
He's kind of right. Usually when a new artist tries making literally anything that isn't just something that's already been done, it often gets scoffed at and treated like shit when it's not. But it'll generate more publicity, and that's good, isn't it?
Sai smiles gently at Nomiya's remark and turns back to the paintings. I wonder. To tell you the truth, I just don't know if all this makes an exhibition. Even if I like it, I don't get the feel of a theme of cohesion. There's no over, and really, who would expect such a young artist like the kitten here?
Oh, no. It's definitely doable. Especially if we get a few pieces and touch up some old ones. I don't mind painting. Oh, I don't mind painting more. I'll do anything.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Trust me, I wouldn't have come to you if I didn't believe Tezuka was ready. You can see it too, can't you? I know exactly what her kind is capable of, and you know too.
Those words give the gallerist lady a pause, a hollow, bottomless look that takes over her eyes for a moment, as if she was looking through or maybe past Nomiya. She says nothing, but her mouth becomes a tight, flat line, as if stretched. Finally, the moment passes.
That's you.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Sai sighs and takes a few steps back, walking in a circle as if to help organize her thoughts. She takes another look at the photo of the painting that she particularly liked, the one that made her call Rin a kitten. Let's hope that Sai doesn't have a Discord account.
Yeah.
She places her hand over her mouth, lost for words. After a few moments, then she shakes her head. I don't know what to say. After seeing you, dear, and these paintings of yours, would you excuse us for a moment? I want to talk to your teacher in private for a bit. Sai draws the art teacher aside, and they talk in hushed tones for a while. I can't hear what they're saying, but over her shoulder, I can see the lines around the corners of her mouth tighten as she motions with her hands in time with her words. The expression on her face is... What kind of expression is it? I couldn't say. Once they're done discussing whatever they had to discuss, they give one another a serious look. I feel something that goes beyond mere words transpiring here. They walk back to us. Sai looks seriously at Rin, her left hand reaching as if instinctively towards a pack of cigarettes that's lying on the table. She picks the pack up and extracts one, looks at it absentmindedly as if only now realizing she did so, and puts it back. Finally, she locks eyes with Rin, evaluating her once more. All right, little kitten, I'm going to believe in you. I'll display your paintings here. I'll display your paintings in here, but for what I can see, this is not enough. You really don't have a cohesive theme, and you don't have enough of the good stuff. You're going to have to work hard to actually get something that we can put on an exhibit here.
I know.
It's a good thing my gallery is so small, no? Rin already spends pretty much every free waking moment she has painting. How is it possible to work any harder? She'd have to skip classes to do more than she already does, and how can anyone work that much? Silence falls in the gallery after my words. Sai looks at the art teacher, who is looking contemplatively... Why can't I speak? Contemplatively at a star student. Then I look at all three of them, confused.
It's doable.
What do you mean?
I mean, the school is special. The board puts great value on such things as this. I'm sure I could arrange some leave for her. It's not unprecedented by any means. I'll discuss it with her parents too. But they've been quite supportive. However, it might be a bit of a stretch to get working space for her at the school if she's not actually going to attend classes. Actually, I was thinking about this before. Do you use the place upstairs for anything?
No, I don't. Haven't since back then. It's more a landfill than an altier. Than an atelier now. I don't know how to say half of these fucking words.
Altier. Upstairs?
I own a small atelier apartment on the top floor of this building, but it hasn't been used for... Goodness, it's been so long, hasn't it? Her eyes leap to Nomiya, who has a strange, muted expression on his face.
Indeed. Do you think?
Even Nomiya, in all his brashness, has trouble being straight out with the question. Sai, of course, sees through him and throws up her hand, sighing deeply.
Oh, that's you.
I guess I can't say no, can I? Very well, I'll lend you the use of the place as well, if needed. It's not like I really use it.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
Don't celebrate yet. It really is a mess, so don't be shocked when you first see it. However, you can use it as you see fit. Since it's an atelier, it already has easels and things like that. You only need to bring your own tools and materials, and to somehow clean it up a bit. Not to habitate, though. It's not habitable, though, so I can't let you live there. I doubt your school or parents would allow that in any case.
Okay.
However, it's convenient to crash there overnight if necessary. I won't mind.
Most excellent, isn't it, Tezuka?
He enthusiastically pats Rin on the shoulder, laughing in relief and happiness as if all this good fortune landed on him personally. Sai smiles as well, perhaps more amused by the old teacher's glee than anything else. Oh dear Shinichi, it really is like back then. Are you sure we haven't bitten off more than we can chew? She looks at Rin, who seems to be oddly subdued despite all this. I hope it'll be worth it, kitten. She holds out her hand as if to shake Rin's, but realizing the impossibility and then quickly moves the powder on the shoulder. Rin looks back at her silently, her eyes serious and impenetrable like the dark of the night.
Yeah. That was fucking funny.
Rin applies for, and thanks to Nomiya's pressuring the principal, I'm sure, is granted leave for the rest of the term for exceptional extracurricular activities. She has to make up for it during summer vacation, but she doesn't really seem to mind. Rin will still be able to eat and sleep at school, of course. She just doesn't have to go to classes. I'm not entirely sure if I envy her or not. It makes me feel anxious somehow. It's the last day of school for Rin. I feel like I should send her off with a word of encouragement, or at least say something. It was sort of due to my influence that she decided to dive headfirst into this, after all. My class ends on a good 20 minutes early, so I walk down the lobby and buy a can of juice, and sit down on the bench and wait for Rin. I pull out a novel from my bag and search for the place I was at. Time stretches comfortably over the warm afternoon while I idly sip my orange juice and read a few chapters of the book. The plot doesn't seem to advance at all, but it's all the same for me. The bell rings to end the school day, and students shuffle to club meetings or outside. Nobody notices me sitting on the bench with my nose in a book. I keep watch for Rin, but I don't see her familiar face or red-tinted hair passing by. I check my watch 20 minutes past the end of class, when the lobby has all but emptied of people again. Even Rin should have already managed to get out of class. Either I missed her walking by, or she never came downstairs. Perhaps she went to the art club for some last-minute things instead, or got held back by her strict homeroom teacher. I haven't really waited that long, but having grown tired of it already, I decided to go find her myself. I stuff my book back in the bag and throw the now empty juice can in a trash bin, then climb upstairs. The hallway is eerily quiet, and not a reference was made. It's because if one was to be made, Thomas would reach through this damn microphone and choke the motherfucker on the other side.
Hey, calm down, okay? It's not my fault if he looks like Freddie Highmore.
He barely does!
He looks exactly like him, okay?
You are fucking high!
I am not high, Jeffy, okay?
Ugh.
Jesus Christ, I am not high, Jeffy. I haven't smoked that good Mary Jane in years. And if I was high, I know for a fact that he would yell, "I am a surgeon!"
Ah!
I gotta work on my evil laugh.
As there are no club rooms apart from the art room nearby. I check there first, not even the teachers are in. Coming back towards the stairwell, I quickly knock on the door of 3-4 and push the door open to peek in. Yellow sunbeams across the classroom, falling across the floor. The dust and chalks slowly floating in the air make the light almost palpable. The entire room bathes in the gentle light shining through the windows, washing the shadows away. Only one person is inside the classroom. Ah!
He's fucking asleep.
Oh, this little baby.
He's like an adult version of Ponyo, without arms.
Rin sits in what I assume is her seat, next to the window of the third row. Her head rests against the desks.
She got knocked the fuck out.
I wonder if she slept through it all. Apparently not even Emmy had the heart, or maybe the capability to wake her up. I close the door quietly, walking past the neat, even rows of desks. I go over to where she sits. Rin? My mouth is suddenly so dry that the word comes out as a tiny whisper. She doesn't answer, so I set my bag down on the floor next to hers and lean over her to look at her face. Rin's eyes are peacefully closed, with the long eyelashes projecting thin shadows onto her cheeks. Her mouth is slightly open, letting me hear the quiet sound of her breathing. Her usually messy hair is even more so today, lying in complete disarray over half of her face and forehead. Her bag is lying at her feet like a forgotten rag doll. A few books and pens have fallen out of it near her seat. The scene makes me smile a little. I touch Rin's head lightly, sweeping a few stray hairs off her ear. Her hair feels warm against my palm. Rin stirs, and I retract my hand on reflex, feeling embarrassed for touching her so casually. She looks so vulnerable, like any sleeping person. It's impossible to not feel fondness towards her. I sit on the desktop of whoever was in front of Rin and draw the window slightly open to get some fresh air in. Hopefully it'll wake her up and I don't need to resort to cruder methods. She doesn't wake up, but I didn't really expect her to. Looking at her makes me feel tired as well, to be honest. I wouldn't mind a quick nap either, but I content myself with leaning against the large window. The glass is warm against my ear and cheek as these windows face west toward the setting afternoon sun. That afternoon light is slowly melting into Rin's auburn hair, softening her outline so that she seems to be fading into her surroundings. The minute twitches of the minute twitches of her muscles, her hair swaying in the air current, the even rhythm of her breathing, it all gives a strong impression of a dreaming girl. Like all sleeping people, Rin looks like she's away from this world in some distant dream country. With her, it doesn't feel so obvious that she would ever come back. She seems so detached from her surroundings even when she's awake. The fact that she has the same kind of air around her when the realization hits my consciousness without warning. Rin sometimes looks like that when she's painting. Her focused expression gives the same feeling of being on the other side of some imaginary gap as looking at her sleeping face does. I feel a pain in my chest. There's no way I can close that gap and to be on the same level with her. It hurts, even though I know it's impossible for any two people to truly understand each other. But Rin, she's almost literally in another world when she's making art, thinking about art, or making art. It's a world that I or anyone else really can't share with her, just like the world of dreams. Rin still doesn't show any sign of waking up, so I'm faced with the decision to either rouse her myself or wait for her to awaken on her own. I chose the latter. Waiting is something I'm good at. I found that out during my hospitalization, but even the hospital ward was more lively than the school after her classes are over. The only sounds in this place are the loud ticking of the clock above the door, and the distant voices of students down on the grounds. A genuine summer breeze blows inside from the window I cracked open, full of warmth and carrying the scent of light. I look outside to see where it all came from, but I'm dazzled almost instantly. The window's glass seems to trap all the sunlight within, making it painful to look that way. All I can glimpse through the window are the dark silhouettes of trees and the wall around the campus against the setting sun's radiance. As I turn back to watch Rin, she stirs again. A single tear worms down from the corner of her eye, slowly making its way across her face before it falls onto the desk.
That was like 2 tears.
Yeah. It's tiny and barely a droplet, but it captivates me. Another tear follows the first, and then a third. A feeling of anxiety overcomes me, petrifying me on the spot. It's so strange seeing Rin's face peaceful as she sleeps. At the same time, as tears stream down her cheeks, wetting the wooden desktop she rests her head upon.
Looks like she's having a nightmare in dreamland.
Oh boy. I don't know what to do, so I do nothing. And just watch the tears roll one by one down her face. I wonder what she's dreaming about. Rin wakes up after one final flinch, or perhaps it's because of the tears. She sits upright and yawns so excessively it looks like her jaw might dislocate. She notices my presence, but her reaction is more like the lack of any reacting at all. It's just an acknowledgement, no startled gasp or anything.
Hello.
Good morning. She's so groggy that she can't even return my smile that I somehow can't stretch to be entirely honest.
Ah.
Rin notices her wet cheeks and quickly wipes them on the shoulders of her shirt. It seems like she isn't surprised or flustered by them. You cried in your sleep. Bad dream?
No, it's nothing like that. It's something I've learned to do from other people. It's a funny story. I'll tell you later. On second thought, it's not really that funny at all, I guess. I guess I won't tell you. Did you want something, or did you just come watch me sleep?
I wanted to see you after classes.
Oh. Well, it's after class now, and I'm seeing you right here.
Yeah. I just wanted to say good luck, or something. I figured the upcoming weeks are going to be a lot of work for you.
Thanks.
Rin yawns again and blinks a few times.
I feel weird. Didn't really sleep much last night at all.
Butterflies in your stomach?
What? No. I mean, yes. I know what that means, butterflies. Don't really feel so good now.
It'll be fine.
You're so confident. Someday I'll bite you in the ear.
I look forward to it.
I think I have to go. I promised Miss Sionji that I'd be there straight after school. And now is after school.
Is it okay if I come by sometime? I'm guessing you're planning to work long hours, so if you'd prefer to avoid distractions...
It's okay. It's not a distraction. Not like Emmy. Don't bring her with you, though. I wouldn't like that this time. I told her to stay away.
I see. Alright then. Rin stands up and silently walks to the door with me following behind. The school's empty hallways, devoid of the usual crowd of students, feel very lonely. It's only a few hours since the school ended, but the building seems to be all but deserted. Our footsteps are all that intrudes upon the stillness of the hallways. The change is sudden, but it shows how the building is just an empty shell, dead without its students and teachers to liven it up. It's like the school has become a private world for just the two of us, a desolate place filled with silence and chalk dust.
I am going to change.
She says out of the blue while we walk down the stairs from the third floor, and it makes me wonder how she views this challenge that lies ahead of her. That's what people must do, sometimes. It's the last thing we say to each other that day, even though there's so much that we could talk about. Even those words drown in the all-encompassing silence, disappearing into the stagnant air as if they were never said. How long have we been recording now?
I have no idea.
Hold on, let me check.
All I know is that after this situation, it makes me realize that every night I lay awake and I find no conclusion. Because every night it just stays the same. And my dreams
of an absolution. Next Monday is marked by a strange emptiness that grips me, caused by the knowledge that I won't be able to see Rin whenever I want to anymore. This hollow feeling's a little disconcerting, but I make it into the afternoon all the same. My last class is, in a word, terrible. It's not that the lesson is that bad, it is, however, boring, and so hot in the classroom that I feel like I'm melting. The air conditioning is either broken or turned off, so the windows are open. It makes no difference since the air outside is completely still. Only the chirping of cicadas carries inside.
Fucking cicadas. I hate those little bitches.
The sweltering heat permeates the room. Student and teacher alike are in an almost delirious state. I just want to stand up and walk out of here without caring what the teacher or anyone else says. I can see I'm not the only one with these thoughts, too. Next to me, Misha is shamelessly holding her skirt up and fanning air, and in with her notebook.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, fan your vagina. Only Shizune seems to be as cool as always, sitting with her back perfectly straight, arms folded on her chest, her eyes fixed on the equation scrawled on the blackboard. I keep shooting yearning glances at my watch, but it doesn't help the time go by any faster.
That is true. When you want time to go by fast, it's slow as shit.
I once saw a clock, like, freaking shoot up to 7 minutes before it's ahead of what it was supposed to be. Or, I don't know it was wrong, but, like, I was, like, 11 when it happened. It was, like, 10:01, and then, like, in a second, like, it shot up to, like, 10:08, and, like, it was just... I was dealing with a ghost. It's funny. I remember how badly I wanted to get out of the hospital and go back to school. Now all I can think of is the upcoming summer vacation and freedom from classes and homework. Perhaps it's human nature to only think of the situation at hand. Finally, the bell rings. Relieved, my classmates and I burst out into the hallway. They already crowded by students from our neighboring classes.
What time is it? Summertime. Time for vacation.
I had a different summertime song planned. It's summertime, and you know what that means. I'm gonna head down to the beach. No! My friend's gonna party through. It's summertime, loving in the summertime.
Get out!
Summertime, oh baby, why can't you be mine? I spot Emmy's diminutive figure nearby and walk up to her. Hey there. She smiles sweetly and clearly happy to see me. Hisao, what's up? Is your classroom super hot too? Yeah, it is. Thought I was gonna melt in there. Nothing else is really happening though. Feeling a bit weird now that Ren's on her great adventure or whatever you want to call it. Emmy's face cracks in a wider smile as she jumps up and down enthusiastically. Isn't it great? I'm so happy for her. Bet everyone would like her paintings and she'll sell a lot of them and make piles of money. Yeah, I'm sure it'll work out great. I'm totally sulking at her though. She huffs angrily and places her hands firmly on her hips, even letting a little anger seep into her voice. It doesn't quite have the impact she's probably hoping for, but I say nothing. Why's that? She says she doesn't want me to go see her. Oh yeah, she mentioned that. I guess she prefers not to be distracted. I can understand that. I don't think I'm that much of a distraction. Besides, I'm sure she'll forget about sleeping and eating properly if someone's out there telling her to do it. Wow. Emmy's a people pleaser. She has to be the mom. Sometimes she's like that. Gets completely fixated on whatever and drops everything else. It really makes me worried, you know? Is she gonna be alright? Such friendship. I wonder if she thinks I'm annoying. I'm pretty sure that's not the case at all. Emmy shakes her head, looking amused. I'm not sure if she's joking or not. She has these weird ideas about a lot of stuff, things that just make sense to her in a totally different way than they do to me. I can't even remember all the weird stuff she's talked about over all this time. I don't think Rin does either, actually. She's just the type who would forget her own head if it wasn't attached to her shoulders. That's why I just can't leave her alone. Is that weird? She leans against the wall, managing to look distraught, yet still cheerful as always. I get a strange feeling about it, as though I were talking to two people at the same time. How would I know? Everyone's weird in some way, but if that's yours, it's a very nice way. At least I can understand what you're talking about, unlike Rin. Most of the time I have no idea what's going inside her head either. Emmy giggles, nodding in agreement. I think it's okay if you don't understand her. That's just how she usually is. Emmy stands up straighter, brushing the hem of her skirt and straightening the waistline. She laughs awkwardly. Wow, we ended up talking pretty seriously. What's up with you, Hisao? Why'd you bring this up? No, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to get into this sort of discussion either. I don't know. I've had this weird feeling lately about Ren. I don't know why. I feel a bit guilty bringing up something like this for no reason except my own anxiety. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Suddenly, Emmy clutches my wrist and twists it so she can see what time it is from my watch. Ah, damn, it's this late already? I really should go. I should really go. There's a meeting with the rest of the track team at the field. It's not going to be fun in this heat. We're going to sweat like pigs, but I promised I'd be there. Bye-bye. She skips downstairs, leaving me to wonder if what I said, or what Rin said, rather, hurt her or not. Maybe what Emmy herself said hurt her the most, come to that. So in the end, even the person closest to Rin is just far apart from her as everyone else. I wonder if Rin herself ever feels that distance. I felt like I was drifting away from the world too, during my hospitalization. I felt anxious and depressed, and even now I sometimes still do, but I fight against it with all I've got. If Rin has been on that side of the divide for her whole life, I can't imagine how she could not be lonely, but perhaps she's truly different. I refuse to belong into that other place, but maybe she's found comfort there. Like Emmy, I have a club meeting on my own, so I head straight to the art club room at the end of the hallway. Only a few members are present today, so the mood's even more laid back than usual. Rin's off working on her exhibition project, but I wonder if the rest are simply just playing hooky, defeated by the heat. I half-assedly sketch something with a piece of graphite, but do a poor job of it. My fingertips are turning pitch black from holding the graphite and smudging it onto the paper accidentally and on purpose. I've improved a little, but Rin's level is still far beyond my reach. Eventually, Nomiya comes in and makes his way around the room, checking on what we're doing and giving comments on the works in progress. He stops behind me and bends closer to look at my poor sketch.
Tried to take a few pointers from Tezuka, have you?
Well, I've looked at how she draws, and I haven't exactly asked for advice, no.
Let's see here.
He casually picks up the piece of graphite from my hand and lightly draws some faint, barely visible lines over my sketch to illustrate places that need improvement. I already feel frustrated about not seeing the obvious flaws before, but with a couple of careless seeming flicks of the wrist, Nomiya has made them plain as day. Straightening up, he throws a sideways glance at the seat where Rin usually sits.
Such a nostalgic feeling. Almost like a bird flying from the nest. I'll miss Tezuka when she graduates. It begins from here, you know. Nearly makes my eyes a little misty.
Do you really think she has a chance to make her big break with the exhibition? Nomiya looks up from my sketch. Is that a fucking typo?
No. Nomiya turns, looks up from my sketch. Adjusting his glasses, he rubs his chin,
looking contemplative.
Why not? It's not like she's going to be an overnight smash hit or anything, but getting the word out there is very important. Connections are pure gold. The most important thing to gain, if she is to become an artist. Word of mouth is very powerful in these circles. She has some advantages, like her young age and technique. You know, the feet, people will naturally be curious about extraordinary things like that.
His words have an unpleasant ring to them. Isn't that just exploiting her disability to make her more popular? It sounds fishy. It sounds like something Disney would do.
Yeah. Like, hey everybody, we have a black female lesbian character.
We're gonna act like it's the first time we've ever had such a thing. Like, every single fucking time.
Now. It's not like that at all. Think of it from another perspective. Like an artist. Would you rather have Tezuka hide herself completely from public view, as if her condition were something shameful?
Well, I mean, like, there are some artists that do make a career out of being hidden from public view and being completely anonymous.
Oh yeah, kind of like what Sia tried to do, and then she made that shitty movie.
No, I mean, like, she was out and open before, then she tried to do the mask persona. Yeah. No, I was more thinking about Banksy. You know, like, artists, not musicians.
Oh. Okay, when you say artists, what exactly do you mean? Because I also see musicians as artists.
Well, okay, when I say artists, I mean, like, paintings, drawings, sketch art, spray painting.
Would sculptures count?
Yeah, that too. If you can display it in a gallery, not at a concert.
Okay.
Some people will call it exploitative if we promote that aspect, or discrimination if we hide it. All considered, we're just being honest about it.
Oh, kind of like just having people treat it like a normal fucking thing is, the right thing to do.
They're basically just gonna be like, she made all this shit with her feet.
And, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Right, my boy?
My boy, this dick is what all true warriors strive for. I just wonder what Johnny Sins is up to. Link. Link, it is I, Johnny Sins. I must take you to the ancient land of Pornhubia. We must smash all of the MILFs. We must smash all the MILFs and the hot Latinas, Link. Link, great, I'll get my stuff. No need, your dick is merely enough. These are the faces of ecstasy. You must come on each.
I'm losing my shit.
I guess so.
Brilliant.
It's true that disability always has all sorts of implications in society. Often nasty ones, but brushing things under the carpet won't help at all. I'm sure Sai will handle her side of the issue with delicacy. I've known her since art school. She's most reliable.
Why is she going so far for Ren's sake? Is it because you asked?
Oh, she has her own reasons too. Trust this old man, she's more kind-hearted than she looks.
She looks like she would step on my balls and I would thank her for it.
What the fuck? Yeah, me too. Oh, she has her... Oh, never mind. But don't let her know I said that. She'll keep me locked up for... He gives me a big wink and covers his mouth with... No, he's not! He's sticking his fucking tongue out! Jesus Christ.
He gives me a big wink and covers his mouth with his hand as if to push the remark back in. I remember the curious way Miss Saionji he looked at Ren almost the entire time during our visit to the gallery. It was like that woman was trying to imprint everything about her in her memory. Or maybe it was that Ren reminded her of something else.
Mostly Sai simply adores young people with a passion for art. Her gallery specializes in this very thing, bringing up-and-coming talent to the public. It's a perfect fit for someone like Tezuka.
I don't even know if she really wants to become a career artist, though. But I guess that'd be the next logical step.
I don't have the faintest idea. Like they say, a teacher can only show the door. It's the student who has to walk through it. An old, tired saying, but still quite true.
He leaves the chat with a pair of second-year girls working on some watercolors. Even though he said that cliched thing, it feels to me like Nomiya is trying to prod Ren through a certain door in particular, but I can't blame him for that. I literally shoved Ren towards that door, what with my speeches about wasting opportunities and whatnot. Nomiya feels like it's time for him to let Ren test her own wings. He has absolute confidence in this endeavor. I wonder why I can't shed the anxious feeling I have inside of me. It shouldn't have anything to do with me. Maybe I'm just bothered by exactly that. I really don't have any part in this. I would like to be a part of Ren's life, and her a part of mine. Like friends should be. That's what she calls us. I wonder what she really meant. I feel like I'm so far apart from her, even when I'm not. It's the same as with Rin and Emmy. I can't understand her. What am I for her?
What am I to you? Am I a joke, your knight or your brother? What am I to you? Do you look down on me because I'm younger? Do you think that I don't understand? All I wanted was it. Okay. Fuck. Adventure Time, man. Giving me vibes.
Oh, we got a choice.
Yeah.
Support or understand. And there's no leading into a different thing, so it's going to be the same regardless.
Alright, let's say we want to understand her.
In the end, even though we've made friends with each other, I don't really feel that we've gotten any closer. How can I call someone my friend if I can't understand her? Nomiya's boisterous laugh fills the quiet afternoon just as the club meeting ends. He pats one of the girls on the back encouragingly. I think about all the things that have led me to this point, all the things I've shared with Ren during the few weeks I've been to Yamaku so far. I understand so very little in the end, but I understand so very little in the end. But I'm sure of one thing. If I want to keep going what I have with Ren, I have to throw myself into whatever will come out of this expedition project, along with her. I turn my gaze back to the black mess of a sketch with the nearly invisible guiding line as the teacher drew over it. No pattern emerges, nothing that would take me further than I am. I put the graphite down on the table and think hard and honestly about what I really want.
Alright.
It's been a bit short, but yeah, we're going to have to call it here.
Nice.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie, this has been pretty damn good. Thank you all so much for watching this phenomenal episode of Let's Read Katawa Shoujo. And honestly, I am loving this shit. Hopefully in the next episode, we get to kiss Ren and make out with her all over her face.
All right, later.